No sweat, but I think you can see that massive smile from Carson Hocevar as he excites the crowd here at Kansas Speedway.
What if the most disliked rookie in NASCAR turned out to be the sport's next big success? What if the young driver everyone thought would fail is actually changing the way NASCAR works? Carson Hocevar's rise didn't go the normal way, and that's why everyone is starting to notice. He trusted his instincts, and that brave choice helped him go from being unknown to one of the most talked about drivers in NASCAR today. It all started with a style, not one he copied, but one he studied. Hocevar was watching Ross Chastain dominate at Martinsville during his time with Nice Motorsports. He didn't just admire the aggression, he absorbed it. As cars spun and tempers flared, Hocevar realized something critical. Chastain didn't just race, he took over. He just annihilates everybody, Hocevar said, recalling the moment that changed his approach. I'll never be the guy who gets beat around like that. From that point on, Hocevar stopped worrying about what others thought of his style. Instead, he leaned into what worked, driving by instinct, reacting in milliseconds, and ignoring the noise. Half the time, I don't know what I'm doing, he admitted. It's just all autopilot. But that approach came with consequences. It wasn't long before Hocevar found himself in the crosshairs. Like Chastain before him, he became a lightning rod. On-track aggression brought results, but it also stirred controversy. Drivers didn't hold back. Austin Dillon called him the biggest dumbass. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. threatened to beat his ass. In a sport where grudges can last a season or longer, Hocevar was stacking them up quickly. The criticism didn't just come from the track. When Hocevar announced he was signing with Spire Motorsports, a Modpack Cup team without a history of major wins, his inner circle was stunned. Friends, family, even trusted advisors warned him against it. "Congrats, career suicide," one person told him. Others distanced themselves completely. "They're not in that inner circle anymore," Hocevar later said, hinting at broken bonds and bruised relationships. He could have taken the safer route. He had other options, but Hocevar wasn't chasing safety. He was chasing an opportunity. "If I really believe in myself," he said, "I can make this stuff winning. I've done it before." It wasn't about joining a winning team. It was about becoming the reason a team starts winning, and incredibly, it worked. Spire Motorsports, once a backmarker team, began to turn heads. With Hocevar behind the wheel, they didn't just finish races they contended. Top 10s, stage points, even runner-up finishes. Suddenly, a team that had been barely on the radar was getting national attention. Hocevar didn't just change his own trajectory, he changed theirs. But it wasn't just about results, it was about shaking up a system. A young driver without political connections or powerful backing, proving that heart and hustle still means something in a sport dominated by legacy and funding. Carson Hocevar didn't wait for permission. He just went for it. That audacity made people notice, and not everyone liked it. There's a tension that follows him now. You can see it on pit road, in the sideways glances, in the quiet after a press conference. He's not just racing cars, he's disrupting comfort zones, and whether you love it or hate it, no one can ignore it. But the results on track didn't change the cold shoulders in the garage. In a sport where alliances can mean survival, Hocevar stands alone. He made a stunning admission recently. He has no friends in the Cup garage. Not anyone in the industry. He told Dale Earnhardt Jr., "I've only hung out once with SVG and Bubba. One time. In an entire year of full-time Cup racing. It wasn't just awkward, it was unheard of." The isolation goes deeper. While many young drivers build friendships through the lower series or social circles, Hocevar admits he's only close with his iRacing crew gamers he met online. He even plans to host them in person. But fellow drivers? They're competitors, not companions. That lack of friendship might seem trivial until the crashes come. NASCAR is a sport of memory. When drivers you're close to get into scuffles, there's room for forgiveness. When it's a loner like Hocevar, the response can be swift and brutal. No apologies, no benefit of the doubt. Still, Hocevar isn't changing. He doesn't want to tone it down. He's not in NASCAR to make friends. He's here to win. And if that means being the villain, so be it. "I don't have many relationships with guys in the series," he said bluntly. "I don't hang out with them. I don't party with them." His only focus is speed. That mindset has turned him into one of the most intriguing figures in the sport. He's only 22, but already pushing veterans and turning mid-level teams into contenders. He doesn't drive for popularity. He drives to prove people wrong. And every weekend he gets closer to doing just that. Despite the backlash, the aggression, the friendless paddock, Hocevar's having a breakout year. He locked up Rookie of the Year early and put together performances that made even critics pause. For a team like Spire, he's not just a good driver, he's a potential game changer.
Oh, he just got tagged in the left rear by the 77. He's not going to be happy about that.
Oh, Carson Hocevar.
Yeah, he might see Stenhouse after this one's over with.
We've known Stenhouse to hang around in the garage, right?
He's wearing those shorts.
Those are his boxing shorts?
I'd probably go the other way if I was Hocevar.
Maybe you can get him on the prime set when things are all said and done tonight.
The expectations have shifted now. He's no longer just a rookie with something to prove he's a legitimate contender. The spotlight is brighter, the margin for error is smaller, and yet Hocevar seems more composed than ever. He's not overwhelmed by the pressure, he feeds off it. He's begun to embrace the unpredictability of the journey. One week he's a hero, the next he's public enemy number one. But that's life in the fast lane, and Hocevar wouldn't have it any other way. The critics might not see it yet, but fans are starting to notice. There's a buzz every time he's near the front of the pack, a sense that something dramatic could happen. But what comes next? Can he keep up the momentum without burning every bridge? Can he stay aggressive without becoming a target for payback? That's the fine line he now walks. Drivers like Chastain have shown that aggressive styles can win, but they can also isolate. The trick is surviving long enough to prove you're more than just chaos on wheels. Carson Hocevar knows he can't change his instincts, and he doesn't want to. He believes that same fire that caused wrecks and confrontations is what gives him an edge. It's what got him here, and it's what might carry him even further. The road ahead won't be easy, but if Hocevar has proven anything, it's that he thrives under pressure. When people doubt him, he digs in deeper. When they call it career suicide, he calls it a starting point. And as long as he's behind the wheel, one thing is certain. Carson Hocevar isn't backing down, not to critics, not to rivals, not to anyone. This is just the beginning. If you're fired up to see where Hocevar's wild ride takes him next, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more hard-hitting NASCAR stories, and drop a comment below. Do you think he's the next breakout star or the sport's biggest gamble?